Welcome back, everybody, to another Appreciating Comic Book Art video. Now, I just did this entire video once, and I completely messed it up. So now I'm going to do it again. But I'm not going to do it as long as I did before because for various reasons that I'm not going to get into. But this is going to be about Barry Windsor Smith's Weapon X. And it's all actually Marvel Comics Presents Weapon X, but it's a long title, so we're just going to call it Weapon X. And before we get started, please give me a like, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications, and spread the word. Tell all your friends. All right, we're going to jump into this because these are short books, so this is not going to be a very long video. But I wanted to start with issue 79 because this was my favorite. You know, when you think of Weapon X, whether you saw it in X-Men's 1992 animated series, or if you've seen it most recently with some of Brett Booth's commissions, this is the classic shot right here of Logan Wolverine in his Weapon X outfit, you know, pretty much naked, going through the snow, doing his thing. And I wanted to start, or at least focus on this book specifically, because one, I think it's crazy dynamic, and two, I love the look. Absolutely love the look. And Barry Windsor Smith is a guy that inspired future artists heavily, like Mark Silvestri. You can see it. You can see Jim Lee quite a bit. You know, he's not the only one, obviously. You know, there's a lot of guys that inspired these guys, but you know, you can see that page layout, at least in the beginning, of some of these guys, the modern day guys I grew up with, careers, some of the stances, the way they rendered, the way they drew muscle was very much driven through or from this. This is, you know, a great scene where he's fighting this bear. You know, this is almost kind of reminiscent of what was it, the Wolverine that came out. When did that come out? Was it 2017? I don't know. Whatever movie it is they did before Logan, where they had that kind of a similar scene with Wolverine and the bear in that movie. Of course, in this movie, you know, he chops the bear's head off, or this comic, he chops the bear's head off, but still, like, I love the shading, you know, I love the cross hatching. It's just so much energy and movement. I love how everything's tilted. You have the wind blowing, you got the trees lit up in the background, you got the under lighting. I'm not exactly sure where the lighting's coming from, but it works. You know, it just works great. Very dynamic, very impactful, very lustful for the eyes. There's a bear's severed head there, just a dominating stance, shadowing there, and just how the body's disappearing into that shadow. Again, if you watch these videos, you know that I'm a sucker for this. I love this aspect because it adds so much to me, to the mood. You know, could you detail the hell out of all this and add more muscles and show stuff popping out of the shadows or just more details through the shadows? Yeah, you could. And a lot of artists do. But doing it a simple way like this, sometimes I think is more powerful than packing a bunch of that detail in. Such a great book, such a great series. I recently went through here and bought all of the issues on Comixology. I think they're only 84 cents. And that was actually one of the reasons why I had to redo this video, because I wanted to show you all of his run from, I think, issue 72 to issue 80, whatever it was. But for some reason, I couldn't run it in order. It kept bouncing me around, and then it completely bounced me out of the pages, and I was just in limbo, no man's land. It would have been a dumb video for me to post because it was completely ridiculous. So we're just going to skip. We're going to stick to kind of like the shorter version and go through some of these pages. Let me jump into this one because this is these are short runs. And I don't know if the books themselves were this short or if it was just something that there was something else in the book that Comixology didn't have the rights to put up. I don't know. But these pages, like 9 pages, and then we're done with the issue. Great shot here, and why I say that he influences. I mean, come on, can you not see Mark Silvestri here? Can you not see where Silvestri got, you know, his rendering style, layouts? I mean, this shot is brilliant. So we're at kind of like a bird's eye view. You know, we're above everything. We're looking down on these guys. We're looking across this hallway to Logan. It's just, you know, dynamically it works. Perspective wise, is 100% accurate. You know, I don't know, maybe. You know, Wolverine being all of 5'3" in the comics looks like, you know, he's kind of towering over these guys. You know, and that's, but it doesn't matter. Like dynamic shot of all of this, the bloody mess, all the debris on the ground, the shadows being cast, um, to the rendering, to all these crazy lines. I love that. It's just, as an artist myself and as a fan, that's what I love to see. You can keep these artists that are just like not a lot of detail and they just want to get through because of storytelling. You know, like whatever. Story's good. It's comics. It's got to be good. But to me, it's a visual medium. If you don't have something that is enticing me to just sit there and look at the page past the script, then I think you're failing. And it's well done. I think I don't know if I said that in this video. I'm trying to remember the stuff I said in the last video so I don't forget. But uh, he does a lot of the panel work. You know, there's not a lot of the crazy anchor shots of floating panels or breaking panels. It's a little bit more of the standard comic book storytelling, which is great. I got nothing wrong with it. You know, it's definitely a sign of the time of the 80s. And he was very, very well at doing it. And, you know, to me, that's harder because you're trying to fit like 4 to 5 panels, sometimes 6 or more on a page, and then you got to add in all these aspects of different camera shots and close-ups and pull-outs and all that. You know, it becomes a little bit more tricky in my opinion. But again, you know, I'm looking at stuff like this. You know, I'm seeing Mark Silvestri heavily, and I know he influenced Mark Silvestri. I know he probably influenced Adam Kubert when Kubert did his run on Wolverine in the 90s. I would say that his run, you could see Silvestri and Barry Windsor Smith in Kubert's work, and you know, it was great. You know, influences are great. If you can see an influence in another artist's work, there is nothing wrong with that. It's familiar, yeah, it's something new. You know, if there's a straight copy out there, a straight ripoff, that's different. You know, if someone's trying to specifically be an artist, well, we've already got that artist, so we don't need you to be. But you know, let your influences shine. That's one of the best way that you're going to come up with your own style is really lean into your influences and then pick, you know, a bunch of your influences apart. Don't just stick with one. You know, that's how you can really develop. You know, you like how this guy draws faces. You like how this guy shades. This guy draws women a certain way. You like how this guy draws muscles or monsters, layouts, rendering, and you take that and you put it all together, and it becomes your style eventually. So that's the tip of the day for young artists out there. So, all right, I hope you guys like this video. And if you do, again, give me a subscribe, hit that like button, hit the bell for notifications. And just as I'll try to mention more often, my book Reaper Destroyer is coming out later this year. I'm going to drop my social media sites down in the bottom. If you want to be a part of this, a part of the mailing list, part of the VIP page that I'm going to create, hit me up on any of my social media, send me your email, and I'll add you to the list, and I will get a hold of you when it comes time to do it. So until next time, I really appreciate you guys checking out these videos. I appreciate you guys commenting, like Hydra Comics, Jasper Plan 9, Chauncey. You know, I appreciate all you guys leaving me comments and engaging with me, and just let me know that you appreciate the Appreciating Comic Book Art series. So, long-winded end to the video. Thank you so much, and I will talk to you all later. Have a great night.